Hi friends, and welcome back to my crafty closet. So really quickly, I'm going to try to get some work done like in between taking care of my kids today. So I wanted to show y'all how quickly a journal can go from like plain to dressed up by just adding some ribbons and stuff. So I have all kinds of ribbon and stuff. I'm not going to pull it all down because I'll have a crap-a-lanch. And oh, see, there it goes. It's crap-a-lanching already. Okay, we're going to leave it all right there, but I'm going to pull things out as we're working on stuff. Should we back out a little? Let's see. Let's back out. We can get more in frame. Ooh, focus. Okay. All right, so I have this journal. I have not glued this down yet because I had the idea to show y'all. So this is going to wrap around like this, and then I'm going to be able to like stick an embellished card right here to just pretty up the front of this journal. So all I've done is tacked it down right here so far. So before I add any more, give me this, I'm going to show y'all how plain this journal is. Okay, so disregard that, act like it's not there. Look how plain the front of this journal is. Blah, plain journal. We're going to take this, wrap around, put a card. That's going to spice that up right there. Okay, let's go to the inside. We're going to do a quick flip through. Nothing, we're not going to get distracted by prettiness. But look, I mean, yeah, it has some interest. It has some pages. Right now, I do have one element of ribbon there that closes this pocket. But that is it so far. Nothing spectacular really going on except for pretty pages. Yes, those pages are pretty, but I think that just adding the little bits is what makes the journal. Adding the little tags, the little stickers, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to show the process of that in this journal. And there are some very muted tones in this journal, so I am trying to bring in some like rustic, antique looking stuff too, to kind of harsh it up a bit, if that makes any sense at all. But it's just way too soft, so I wanted to tone that down a little bit. I mean, if you like that, that's fine, but I don't have enough stickers to embellish this in like softy soft stuff, so we're gonna have to grunge it a little bit. The next one I do in this paper pack, I think I'm going to ink every single edge, but we're not going to get distracted. Let's not get distracted. So I just took some fabric tack and I stuck it down just right here on my book, and I left this loose so you could, play with it. It could be a little extra element. I liked that. And then we're going to pull it tightly. We have to make sure we're going below this brad right here, or whatever you call that, D hook. So go just below that D hook, and we are going to put some glue here. Get our stinky fabric tack, and I am going to put glue on the ribbon, not the book. And I'm just gonna do it on this thick part of the ribbon, because I want to be able to tuck stuff in this if I so please. So just barely up on that brad with those loose frays. And then where did that tool go? I'm going to use my little weed ear tool. Just smooth that down. There's some extra glue right there. And just for a few seconds, let that dry. And then we are going to bring it around town. And then we are going to go here. Go underneath this tag. So I'm actually going to take these two tags out, and see how they're just very plain up against each other. We're going to add some stuff where they kind of stand apart from each other, and you can see the dimensions of that top. If we would have done it just a smidge longer, it would have tucked nicely underneath that paper. Wonder, nope, that's as far as we're going to be able to get it. Do we want it to poke just above? think we do. Yep. Okay, so again, I'm going to put it on the ribbon. You might need a little bit more glue on the end there, just so this doesn't start coming up. I have a sacrificial one that already had glue all over it, and I don't know where it is, so figured I would use this since I didn't want to dirty up my, oh my god, I just poked myself with it though, my bone folder. Bone. I have to focus right before I say that word every time. I think we agreed in one video we were going to call it a smudger. So just smudge that down, get all your extra fibers off. If you clean it off right away, then it doesn't get all goopy with the glue. But who remembers to do that every time? Oh, I put this little tag on here because I kept like recounting my pages over and over and over in my journal. So I've already counted the pages in this one. This one has 80 pages. Biggest journal I've made so far. Very proud of it. Most of my journals have been like 40, less than 60 for sure. So 80 for this one is a lot. But it's so chunky. Look how chunky that is. It's a good journal. So now we are able to put a tag in there that is now like a belly band. And also we could stick something up here. We'll probably make something for that later on. But I already like that. I already see a little bit of interest there, and we've got it nice and secured here, but here can move, secured here. Yep, all that's good and loose, nice and secured here, very secure here. But if you wanted to, you could put something here. I don't know, find something, a little tag or something to put in there. Okay, so the first two tags that we're going to be working on are these two right here. This one I need to poke a hole in this tab. This was just a die cut I had and my scraps from making this journal. I just made tags out of them and different die cuts. So I like using this We Are Memory Keepers thing to poke my holes, because these have like slightly smaller holes than, you know, a hole punch. So since this is a more dainty tag, I want a more dainty hole. If you hear my children, they are playing in my bathroom right next to me with some fish and, like, you know, toy fish in the bathroom. So I have this bag of just all of my random bits I stick in here. So I'm going to look through that first and see if there's something I like for this book, period, because this is my most random bits and bobs. And then I have some different ribbons. I have some of that, I don't even know what this is called. I have some of that fish bone ribbon. I don't know the names of things, okay? But we still use them. We still like them. Like, I like that. I like this white. So I just start pulling out what I like from here. And that white is actually tangled in with it. So, oh. This bag is just a complete mess. If you know a better way to keep like your loose ribbons like this, ooh, we have this ribbon. If you know what this is called specifically, this one, like eyelash ribbon, I think. I want some more of that and some more colors. Let's get that out. Oh my gosh, give me a second. Let's pause. Okay, I wrestled some out. So we have lots of options here, and we have some green seam binding we might use somewhere. So we're going to just put that up there. My little girl is so loud. So for this, I actually was thinking this one, which we might need to make a bigger hole. Let's see if we can get it through without boogering it up. Oh yeah, we can get through there. Our scissors, wherever we have stuck them. Let's cut off about like right there. And then tie that. Boop, boop. And then look how much that already gives some definition to that tag. It stands off the page now. You can see her. She's saying, I'm here. I want to be written on. Pull me out and share a secret. This one, I think I want to go with these, and I'm sure that all of y'all go through this step. What are we gonna do now? Let's fuss about it for an hour. Okay, I want these relatively the same size, with the brown one slightly shorter. Be able to get these two through this little hole. Now it's way too quiet. As soon as we thread this, we're gonna have to go check because they are no longer in the bathroom. It is way too quiet. Let's see what happens first. Do I get it through, or does my anxiety get the better of me? Oh, we're not gonna be able to get it through. So that means anxiety wins. We're gonna go check the kids. They're fine. They had moved to the living room and had stopped playing with the fishies in the water. They are fine. Everything's fine. Where is that brown piece we cut? Did we drop it? Probably so, in our angst. Okay. You know what? I like that together. Let's go with that. Let's make it longer, because that will fit through. Just hoping one of these stringy bits, there we go, it's through the hole enough. Now move out the way. I think that needs something else with it. What does it need? Does it need... because that brown is like really throwing me now that it's on there. Let's see if we can get one more string through here. Let's do that. And then we're going to take one more string and we're going to tie this around. So we're going to need about that much. Okay. Take that string and you're going to tie it, because I am not trying to pass all these little fiddly bits through a hole. And we could use another stringy bit up here. Your two ties, and then hopefully those get lost up in there with the rest of those tiddly bits. That one is a bit long. There you go. Look at that. Look how fluffy it is. And so I did not want the same colors as that one. I didn't want the same textures, and I think we achieved that. Oh yeah. Look how extra that is. And you might not like that, but I do. I think it kind of looks like a chicken. I like it. So this tag up here is feeling a bit boring to me. I'm going to come in with my scallop edge punch, and I'm going to punch all of these corners just to pretty them up. Oh, are you not a perfect square? You're feeling not perfect square to me. Maybe we just weren't lined up right. So now that tag has a little bit of interest on the edges. And I do want to put something in that tag because it's sticking up. So let's get our hole puncher. Let's use our thicker one. We're feeling like we want to put a lot of crap on something today. So let's do a hole right there. Boop. And for this one, it's so pretty. It needs a pretty lace. Let's do this one and the pink. I think that would be pretty. That's why I like adding all these little bits and stuff. And if you were making your own journal, if you got, you know, like a special dress or something, or, you know, your flowers that your guy gave you that night had a ribbon on it or something, use that in your journal, and it would make even the ribbon sentimental in your journals. I think that would be such a sweet little touch. I personally, I like journaling, but I have carpal tunnel and it hurts my hands to journal for long periods of time. So I like it, I just don't get to enjoy it as much as I would really like. But okay, let's get all those bits and tie a knot, and we're just gonna do one knot. If anyone goes picking on that, that's them. But if we do 2 knots, it's gonna be too bulky. So stick that in right there. So now we have, oh, you can't even see it. Now we have some extra little bits that will stick over the top of the journal. And then we have this tag here that's looking a little plain and lonely. Oh, we almost stuck that one into the journal. That has happened before, and you just have to like tease it apart. Sometimes you have to, you know, repair a corner or something. Most of the time. You can salvage it though. Let's see what else we have. Where to use this one? We did not use this one. We decided against it. Let's use just this one. In this hole right here, since it's a dainty little hole. This is another die cut that I just used for my scraps to get some extras for this project to go with it. And this journal was looking really plain, and because it had no journal cards or anything with this paper pack. And so I went through and I just started cutting up the actual papers that were more embellished like these to make journal cards, and just put little pulls and stuff on them, and it really brought this journal together. It was feeling like disconnected from the stuff that was added into it, if that makes any sense at all. And there just was no journal cards, and what are we going to do without journal cards? Pop that back behind there. Oh, there you go, there you go. So look, now that page has some interest. We're going to add some stickers and stamps maybe later on. But right now we are just doing our ribbons. I like doing stuff in phases like this. It just helps my brain keep up with stuff. And I don't get so overwhelmed. And I have a very, very small work area. So I can't have 50 things out at once. It just won't work. This one we're going to do a little bit of a deeper hole. Someone's trying to get in my room. That means they need help. Okay, I started playing before my camera was on. So I don't really like that lace with that. What do we like with it? Where is that other? Do we like this one again? And I try to use the same laces a couple of times in my journals just to keep it cohesive, where I don't get too lost from, you know, what I was trying to do in the first place. I like that one with it. And then let's bring in some pink. We could do this as a backer. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. We have a plan. I'm going to cut that. Sorry, I'm hitting my springs of my light back there. It's probably hitting my, or making my camera move. Just realized that. Sorry about that if it is. That. And then our white. We got it. And this one, I think I'm going to leave a little shorter, like right there, just to break up the lengths even more. So now we've got the pink, the green's a little bit longer, the white's a little bit shorter. And because there is so much going on with this, I kind of feel like we don't need to tie it. Let's use some of that string again. I have a string laying around here, right here, that I pulled off of that burlap that we put on the front. We're going to tie that around again. Since we don't want it to be seen as much, let's bring it to the back. Let's bring it to the back because I don't want it to be up in my phrase with the other ones. Let's bring it to the back. Double knot it. And now it's not a main player. And we can even shorten the strings. There. There. Now it's just a supporting actress, not a main star. But it holds our ribbons. Boom! A little bit more interest there. And also it sticks out the top of our journal. Let's move on. Now this one, I think he needs something. This page doesn't have anything like, you know, journal themed paper on it, but it was such a big pocket. I was having trouble finding a tag that was that big from my scraps. But this men's sweaters needs some burlap. He just does. He needs some burlap. Maybe some lace. So let's go with our big one. I don't want to go through. Let's go through right there. I think I want to do this and yeah, some burlap, but we don't need it that wide. I want to do a man's journal, and I think I'm gonna go one that's like grocery ad themed, if that makes any sense, and then another one that's travel and a steampunk. If y'all have any other, you know, genres or whatever that you think would work for men, let me know. Because I don't want to leave them out, because men like to journal too. They can do it too. Now like this one, since these are such fiddly bits, I'm going to roll it up in my lace and see if we can poke it through. Yep. Just try not to booger it up too much. I'm going to pull my lace a little longer. I don't like those scissors. My new favorite scissor. And because there's so many bits on this, we're going to do the same thing we just did. Find another string. Let me have this one. We're going to tie it around. It would be so hard not to use anything that was like pink or purple in a whole journal for a guy though, I think. Yeah, and there we go. Now that one, like, see, can you imagine? Just like, you could even add in a tiny bit of lace. If it was that lace, I think you could get away with it. But like all burlap and rusty, I think it would look so cool. I have this burlap right here. Yeah, I think that would look good. So let's see, what else? These, I don't think I'm going to add anything onto them except for, you know, like embellishments. I was going to do like ribbons from them, but I think I'm going to leave them the way they are. But this was a new die cut I just got as well. And it has like little tabs where you can put them together, and you can make a whole journal just out of these die cuts. But it would take a minute. I'm not today. I guess I'll go ahead and just show you this one. This one is just simply glued at the top here. Is it glued? Oh, no, I didn't even glue it. Maybe I was going to wait for y'all to glue it. You could glue it if you wanted to. You could do a little opening here and run your ribbon through it. But I think I'm just going to leave it tied. I kind of like just the delicateness of it. And then whoever got this journal, they could remove it and use it somewhere else if they wanted to. You could even put that in your hair. Look how pretty that is. So we're just going to tie that one back and then move on. Oh, whoa, what are we doing? We forgot. what step we were on. We've been tying our shoes for a long time now. Used to, when I was in school learning how to tie my shoes, I went to a private church school, and so I was surrounded by tons of older cousins, and I didn't have to do much of anything. And I would just, you know, pout, I guess, a little, and someone would tie my shoe for me or carry me. Yeah, I was a little bit of a spoiled child in that way. My cousins really looked out for me. Like the older ones, they didn't mind. I hope they didn't. At least they say they did now that they're older. But they didn't mind me hanging out with them and, yeah, them carrying me around a whole bunch. This one, I think that we're just going to do several strings of burlap in different lengths. Let's use that one. My scissors hold my stuff down. Let's see how much of a headache it would be to tie all of these at one time. If we can get all of them through. Oh, let's pull the tag out, make it easier on ourselves. I don't know why I get so quiet when I'm crafting. I feel like I whisper. Like, no, you have to concentrate or the ribbon will run away. Bend it while we tie it. Give me your strings. We're only gonna go one time because, yeah, can't imagine trying to do that twice. Just do it tight. There we go. Pop that back in there. And then a pretty little embellishment right there. The little girl poking out. Yeah, I like that. This page needs something up here. We'll see. We'll get you embellishing, we'll see. This one could use some prettying up, and I think we're going to go with, you know what, let's do this one. I really want to use this one. I got this one because I'm going to be doing a journal for my niece that will be born in November. So I want to make her a journal, but look how close that pink is. Okay. And this card already has green. I did another journal and I inked every single edge of that one in green with this paper. And so I had some leftovers. I thought that it would go alright in this one. I could have just cut off the inked edge, but there's greens in this journal. It's fine. Look at that. Look how pretty. Oh yeah. I'm glad we didn't go with green because we have that green paper there. That's why I don't do my ribbons and stuff on my cards before I start adding them in. I need the journal to talk to me as I'm making it, if that makes any sense at all. Now this card is boring. It's blah. We need something. We need something. I have this. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace. You can tell it was definitely in a smoker's home, or maybe they just do this once they get older. But I'm going to use this to pretty up the edges of this card because it's just blah to me. This was a scrap I've had for a while. I'm going to do it over to the side where I'm not dropping all these pieces in my journal. You can hear my kids. They're now chasing each other through the hallways. And if y'all are crafting with little ones in the house, kudos to y'all. And also, how do you get it done? Like, what strategies do you use? Because we are on a run in here for a few minutes and do what we can kind of way of life, I guess. I don't know. But it works. It works for me. I get my little time here and there. Oh, that hole was not big enough. Where's our other hole puncher? Our desk is a disaster. Let's make it bigger with this one. Is that the one we just used? It was. Alright, a little bit bigger. Let's do this one. It stopped recording on me, but I added that. And see how thick it gets when you actually like tie a big ribbon? It gets really bulky. So I'm going to move on to this one here. Again, this card was a scrap that I cut down, and it's feeling boring. What do we want to do to this one? You know what, let's scallop the edges again. I'm liking the scallop. These are good little tools to have because it just, you know, adds some more interest. Even if you just have a corner rounder. Just get a small corner rounder and a big corner rounder. Okay, some hours have gone by, and I finished up this one right here. I said it was a little bit thickish right there, but that's okay. So we are going to move on. I scalloped the edges of this card too, just to give it a little bit of interest. And now we are going to put something on this one here. I think I definitely want some pink for this one. This, maybe? Do you like that together? Not really. I like that together though. Let's do that. Okay. And then feed these. Alright, now my camera battery died. It's like, maybe we should have filmed a different day. But I added in the ribbon for that right there. Moving on. So, does this card need some ribbon? Down on all the other cards that are like this. This one I just folded over the piece of paper. This was all one sheet paper. Folded it over, glued it together, and made a tag. Nice and pretty. Right there. And we're going to use this one. Nice gauzy. I don't know what this is called. I want some more of it though, in some different colors. I like it, whatever it is. Tulle? It's not tulle. It might be tulle. I don't know. We might not end up using my other pink heart ribbon at all. Because I think it's just doesn't match the vibe of this journal. I'll leave that the way it is. Okay, we have another one here. Just a little bit of it. We're just going to do one knot because we don't want it to be super bulky. Slip that in there. I'm not going to do one for here. I almost think that that might need a pull. But I like the way that one looks. I'm going to leave it the way it is. This one I am going to do a bigger hole. I'm going to do a couple through this one. Now let's move this again. And then where that won't be super bulky, we need a string. Give up a string for us. My desk is an absolute disaster right now and everything is just closing in on me. I like that part of the process though. Makes me feel like I'm really using my craft room, you know? Oh my gosh. It's just a knot. We can do this. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Oh my gosh, so much going on. Where's our card for right here? We took it out where we wouldn't stick it down. We're gonna have to clean our desk in order to find that card. Because remember we had a card right here. And this is just a little flip out. So I don't know if we want to do anything with that there. Sorry, I'm not talking through this. I'm trying to figure out a way I could like glue that to the inside cover, then have this where it could wrap around and secure this somehow. Do we want to do that, or do we want to just put just enough where we can do a bow on the front? I think I like that.
Mama, can I have some more juice?
Yes, baby, I'll get you more juice in just a second.
Got me this turn too.
So we have that right there, and then we have this tag here. I want to do some more of this eyelash one and this pink one. I have to find that card because I know it's going to need something as well. You know what? Let's do this one. I haven't done any tied like this. Double it over. Poke it through. And then take all your bits. Go through your loop. Oh, is this one going to be long enough for this? Oop.
No.
Pull all your bits through. It's easier when it's not such a fiddly little bit. Hold on. I'm almost done, Harrison.
Okay.
Just trying to get this in here. Okay, so now I want to make a tassel for this. I don't know where that card is, and I don't want to put away all my ribbons. I'm looking for that card and then have to get all the ribbon back out to make this tassel. So I'm going to go ahead and just make it. And then if we find that card, we will add our little bit to it when we get to that part. I'm hoping that goes through the D-ring. I think it will. So pretty much when I'm making my tassels, I try to get a little bit of each ribbon that I used in my book. So let's see if this is going to be way too long or not. I might have to take our little marker for our 80 pages off. Nope, I like that. Usually I don't have to feed them through one at a time. I can, you know, bunch them all up and then feed them through. But because we are working with a lot of texture on these, I'm gonna do them one at a time. And also we can see how we're looking as we go. And we're gonna fill it up as much as we can stuff in this little thing. with that one. I want some of this eyelash one. A little bit of that one hanging off. This pink one. I think I'm only going to be able to get one more and get that through. Oh, come on. There we go. Do we like that for our tassel? Yep, and now let's do some strings. Okay, let's see if we can get 3 of these through, and then we're going to use the last one to tie. Come on. There's so many strings. I'm like, which one am I going for? Ah, we got it. We got it. Alright. So all those little stringy bits, let's do them at different levels and lengths. There. Okay, now they're all at a different length. Now let's pull all of this down like this. We don't need that in there. Where's our last string? That was not it. It was this one. And then take our string. We're going to wrap it around the front. Wrap it back around to the back. Flip our tassel up and tie it back here securely, and that is going to keep our tassel on. And then those strings just get lost in the mix. See? Just like that. And now it has a big floofy tassel on it to give it some interest when it's just sitting there. Oh yeah, that one is floofy for sure. Okay. So now all we need is an embellished card for the front, maybe one for the back to poke up there. And now we have all of this interest coming out the top. We have ribbons and lace and tulle and burlap stuff, whatever you want to call that. So let's quickly flip through again and see what interest we have added just by putting ribbon in this journal. Remember before, everything was the same except for we added interest. Get off here. Interest, a little bit but there. So just add some textures in, add a little bit of interest. This still needs some help. Just adding that little bitty bit in just really adds something to your journal. Adds a little personal touch, a little bit more embellishing, just gives you more whimsy. And once we find that card, then all of that will be complete. We just have a little bit left with this journal now. I need to do a couple of stickers and embellishments in some places, and then we will be done, and I will do a final full in-depth flip through of this one for you. But I hope that y'all come back next time, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this little bitty tip to spice up your journals just a little bit more. But I've got to clean up. I can't even see where I'm going in here. But come back to my closet again next time, guys. Bye.